Welcome to Tidbit Talkin. This series is just spewing out assorted thoughts about boatloads of entertainment media. Some ideas are serious, others not so much. There will be spoilers for the series currently featured, but generally only vague references to any other connected ones in a shared universe. Now, with all that out of the way, here we go. An omegahedron must be some sort of deal that makes its surroundings achieve full potential stuff related to what whoever placed the thing there most wanted. In this instance, what magical science-dabbling folks greatly desired was making a backup planet for their home one that would die very soon. It got lodged in the pretty much completely empty pseudo-alternate universe of inner space for avoiding other junk overtaking shenanigan purposes, and populated with some prodigy folks who might be able to figure out how an exit into main reality places may occur someday, because doing anything else presented far too much danger. In other words, it was put in an area with basically nothing to turn into something, instead of risking making almost gone junk grow too much and consume its healthy not gonna explode cosmic neighbors. On that note, the afternoon for which Zoltar swiped this dazzlingly delightful doodad must be how long it can be gone before Argo's whole turning a wasteland into an advanced civilization whatnot goes all screwy. Also, everybody must believe they can't leave because all that surrounds this place is not semi-mystically altered life-destroying hoopla as per this never-before-ventured dimension's norm. The fake dragonfly Kara constructs with that wizardry whatever working wand busts out once forced animation starts happening because she imagines such creatures as ones which love wandering without worry whenever they feel like it. Anyway, that binary chute thingy in which nobody ever imagined leaving through must normally be used to rid the society of garbage and bodily waste sorta deals. Mr. Professor Wizard may have begun speculating that living beings could survive getting launched out of there after noticing some poop smears or whatever once remained after its return trip. This colorful pile that looks like some cheap tarps must be a kinda all-purpose transforming material which got developed following decades of studying the omegahedron. Miss Zor-El Lee Danvers just decides to first turn it into something mimicking her famous cousin's duds, because it sorta already looked like them during that proto-default mode state. Sparingly sciencey semi-sorcery sphere seems like it's naturally programmed inclined to propelling itself towards people who have the imagination and drive for following through with limitless potential-seeking craziness. In this case, a pair who's all into traditional magical whatnot. This all must be unintentionally designed features so someone could carry on the work of Krypton's remnants just in case they die out in non-explosion involving ways before realizing said Ultra Gadget's full capabilities. Supergirl's sought object detecting bracelet thingamajig might be a piece of tech that got made for scenarios in which one of her species loses at least one item after winding up somewhere where enhanced abilities either aren't happening or greatly interfered with, which in most cases would just be when lead's involved. Kara must have decided upon hiding out in a school that requires uniforms because such places are apparently the closest thing Earth has to her home's everybody dresses practically identical for no reason society. There might be letters of recommendation associated with notably successful graduated students lining this wall. Reading them while the principal's distracted by Nigel's arrival is how Miss recently named figured out how to write a fake one from Clark Kent while everybody else was away. Kara's improved math skills almost definitely came about because she's been using her Yellow Sun enhanced mind brain to think about what should be done once her homecoming's here, which just so happens to prominently feature figuring out the classes she was struggling with. Mystically drunk Captain Lawncare might have ended up extra pissed before a certain love spell took effect because that spider walnut malarkey involving powder which triggered it was originally meant to be placed inside stuff that's a bit less mind-altering than alcohol, like a whole cooked chicken, for example. It seems like something that could be passed off as an exotic spice or what have you. This storage box effigy deal starts growing after housing the omegahedron because one thing Selena greatly desired is to summon whatever demons associated with it. There isn't any sound coming from this newly enchanted mirror because the amateur witch lady who supernaturally juiced it up only cares about her desired dude's physical appearance. The declaration of "Power of Shadow, bring him to me" seems to function by placing Ethan into a scenario in which he's consumed by whatever moving-capable complete darkness source is closest by. Hence how it works when there's claw-carrying construction crap around, but nothing happens when he's knocked out on a sunny beach. Related, that aforementioned fruity assault trick likely only worked because its incantation or whatever didn't involve any mention of lighting conditions. Buff Bush business broker can't lift Linda up at night because she's literally firmly standing her ground during seeking out villain alert mode. Yellow solar energy making charged alien heroes heavier wouldn't make any sense after all, since eventually after they've lived somewhere with it long enough, they'd begin sinking into the ground no matter how much flight was going on. Partially corrupt math teacher's earlier mention of, "You must internalize your power," might have happened near a certain world-altering whatchamacallit, which resulted in Selena getting a significant level up in record time. Supergirl decides to fly away slowly instead of going for her nemesis at top speed right away because she's afraid too much sand might get kicked into this dude's lungs and cause an agonizing death. Anyway, Guy realizes he actually loves Lin Kara-Li once that spell gets broken because somebody all-powerful not taking advantage of him is a really positive quality in his book. Crazy dry science guy, squirt bottle diet must be the result of scraping nutritious cave moss or something into a slowly absorbed liquid form because every other consumption method tasted way too awful. This spontaneous exit vortex must be set up in a way that it only stays open for people who are truly capable of being consistently righteous. It never worked for Zoltar because his isolation caused self-loathing prevents such a state from ever being reached until somebody eternally plucky like Kara shows up. Supreme Sorceress's stranded Supergirl slaughtering spell surge struggle? Things probably took way longer than they should have because she didn't realize the Phantom Zone depowers folks. If Little Miss self-proclaimed Ewok Queen knew that, she might have actually gone for the much simpler solution of just firing typical weaponry originating potshots into that void over spending an escape-allowing time amount finding an overwhelmingly mighty metaphysical option. Endings are a pain, but all of you are fantastic. See ya.